Hello everybody, welcome back! Today we're going to be creating a logo using Canva.com. If you're not quite sure what Canva.com is a graphic designing website that you can create between Facebook posts, Instagram. You can design logos for t-shirts, you can design business cards, calendars, websites even. So many things that you can use. It's exactly a multi-tool for graphic designing. And I'm going to show you how to create specifically logos today. Now, Canva does have a 30-day free trial for the Pro features in this, so that way you can use it for free before you fully commit and check out all of the options it has, which is really great. Now, you can find a link in the description below, and do subscribe and follow us for more videos on how you can be a better graphic designer. Alright, so let's take a look. So typically when I'm creating anything, I love to use templates. Templates give you the better idea and helps really boost that mojo for what you're trying to do, right? So you can kind of copy it and kind of look and see, or you can start from a blank. And so if you do with a template, you can actually create an additional page, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about in just a moment. You can create a blank page down below it, and so you can kind of look at it, copy, and kind of like as you're sketching, right? If you're looking at something and you're sketching, kind of the same. Look at it that way. So, logos. Let's go to templates, and under business we can go to logo. So once you create logo, and here you can browse by category right here, and you can do like a hospital, a doctor, church, events, animated logos. It has a lot of them. Now you even have filters here on the left hand side under theme, like beauty, business, illustration, fashion, right? And you can view more, nature, badge, so many different ones. And you can say like doctor, and when you do this, it's just going to show you like doctors here, and I can choose them, right? You can choose the style and even the colors, so you can see that this is what it has here. Now, let's see, we can go to, I'm going to clear all, and I'm just going to take a look just kind of what's here in the general area, and this is what this is. So as you're looking at all of this, it's a general expression, right? So it's just a general expression of everything they have, right? Between doctors, etc., right? Even football teams, logos, right? Whatever you need. So we're going to do a little bit of both. That's pretty cool. Let's take a look. And now this is a logo. This is an animated logo, which looks very cool, right? So let's see, Team 20, right? So pink neon, noir, vaporwave, esports, animated logo, right? If you like this, you can actually click the heart and you can save that. Or you can share it as well, and when you click share, it's going to give you that so you can add it to likes and remove from likes. Alright, so let's see. Now I want to show you one that doesn't. Now this is the free only. For the Pro series it's free. So let's see, Adriana, that's pretty cool, right? Let's customize this one. So I'm going to show you actually how to take any logo and make that animated for you. And if you don't want to animate it and you just want a still logo because you're going to use it for a business card, you're going to use it maybe for your YouTube channel, whichever be the reason, you can save it as a PNG file, and I'll show you that towards the end of the video, of course, how to make that. Alright, so of course this is recently used. This is the logo we have. Now, at the beginning of the video I told you that I like to use templates and create an additional page, right? Well, this is the logo page right here that we have. Now, when you come below it, you see add page. No, this is it, right? So it's black, and of course when you click on it, you can change the color right here. I can turn it to white, for example, or silver right here. This is what I'm talking about creating it. Now you can see the blue outline on this. It's perfect, right? So this is actually showing you what page we have selected. So now we have that, and there we go. See, when you hover over it and hover off, you can see, right? But this one's selected and it will stay. Now anything that I add from the elements, uploads, photos, because I selected here on this first one, and you can see the blue outline indicating that it's selected, that's where it's going to go. So if I double click, it's going to go straight there. If I click here and I double click this, it's going to go to the second page, just to clarify that up for you, right? And of course you can always drag and drop to either one, right? So either one here. Alright, so just to kind of, because I've made a few mistakes where I'm like, where is my design, where is my element, and it's actually on the second page, so don't do that same mistake. Alright, Adriana, that's pretty cool. I'm going to change it to me, right? So when you select, this is the text box that you have. Of course you can move it, blah blah blah, right? This is the A here. I am going to take that off. Now this is the A, and so I'm going to delete, so backspace, and I'm going to delete, right? So it's just blank, right? I'm going to show you how to do it how I did, right? So I'm going to go to elements, right? So this is going to be our shapes. This is going to be, all of this cool different stuff, photos, videos, all of it, right? Advertising, charts, even for a photo frame if you want to use that. Now, search anything from Canva. Now, if I go to, let's say, if I say B, letters, for example, I want letters. Now this is going to show letters because we've seen the one kind of style that we liked, right? Like this, and we can scroll down and look at all the letters. So you can actually spell with all of these if you would like. So you can see like S, T, and then we can use this A, and then we can find this R, and we can say star, for example, right? So if I show you this, now it's pretty big, and you'll make it smaller by just doing this right here. Alright, so we have our T, and let's see, our S, I'm sorry. And we're going to use that. And I'm going to move it over. Now, you see how it's kind of like standing over that? How to fix that? And I'm going to right click, and I'm going to send it backwards. You can see that. So now the S is in front. Alright, pretty cool. Now we have the S and the T, and we can use this A. Alright, and we're going to make it smaller here. And now it's black. I don't like that. Now you can see here again the same for the background. I'm going to make it gray. Right? Or you can make it purple. You can make it this color again. Alright, let's make it this color. Alright, now let's just say I want to change it a little bit, right? You can by clicking, and you can see this like little wheel indicating. You can do it like this. Alright, now you see that? Alright, now let's go back. Alright, so ST, and now we need a cool looking R. Let's find a cool looking R because I'm looking for letters here. Now this looks like ice cream R. Not a big fan of that one, right? And we're going to animate these, so I'm not going to use an animated just yet. This R is pretty cool, but I'm going to delete it. Here we go. So it's kind of the same. Alright. So now you see how I made the spelling, right? And we can drag right here, and maybe I want to do this. Now, for example, now you can see. Alright, now because I want to move all of them together, I'm going to highlight all of them. And now you can see how it's all selected, right? So now when I right click again, I can come down to group, and it makes it together. See how it's done? Alright, so now you can see the box outlining all of it. Now I can drag it. And I'm going to put it in the center. Pretty cool, right? Alright, so now we have the spelling and I can move. Now if I double click here, I can move this too. I can change all this. I can make it smaller, the same. And I kind of like cut that, right? So you can do it that way, and I didn't want to do that, so I can come up here, undo, and there you go. So if you make a mistake, you can just go to undo and get it done that way. Alright, so now we have star, and let's see, now I'm just going to put a word. I'm just going to put production. Production, right? So now you can see production, all of this, and it's just showing you production. It's not the writing, but you can see that they have the elements here, right? So we look down, and we can say, oh, that's pretty cool. We can use this for a picture, right? And I'm gonna put this, all right, now you can see that I have this, and I'm going to make it bigger. Now I also want to change the color because the black doesn't really quite fit us. Alright, now how I can do this, the same, you can see it's pretty big, because I like the hands, how the hands are kind of reaching out, and I want that in the background. Now you see how it's done is covering up our writing. Now the same, we can send it backwards. And there you go. And I can move this forward. Alright, pretty nifty, right? Alright. Now the same, let's go to another element feature. So what if you don't want this box here, right? So if I crop it, you can see this is only how I'm going to do this. Now, let's see, one moment. Alright, yeah, so now if we want to leave that, you can. Let's see, but otherwise, like to remove that, you should just use hands, and we can do that too. So if I come and I say hands, or hand, let's see. Like this. Let's see, we want to animate it. There we go. Now you see the hands here. Now let's come here, because that was our idea. We're going to drag, drop, same color. Again, we're going to do like the gray for that. And there we go. Let's see now, you can come back and I'm going to click. Now I'm going to say start. Again, and I can put stars. So you have a lot of the designs for the stars. There we go. And I'm going to drag. Let's see, and based on your internet, it's going to show you like how fast or not. And I am going to change the color to that too, to the same color as my hand, because that's just what I want. And I'm going to make it a little smaller. And of course, you can do the same, and it will kind of stay the same size. Now you will need to change the color, but that's okay. So of course, when you click, you can kind of like rotate, right? And you can do the same like this. You can see how I'm kind of rotating them using the same. And come up, and I can rotate this way, for example. Change that color again. And there we go. Alright. Now I was telling you earlier about the letters, right? If I want to double select on that letter, right? Or if I select a letter, I can come and flip that. And I can flip horizontal like that. And you can do that for each one. Even after you group, right? Even after you group, you can do that. Alright, and so I'm going to move this over. And when you see the purple lines are going to make it like, or it's going to be a guidance for you to make it, well, on spot, right? So you can see the dotted line, horizontal, and the vertical line as well. So you're going to be able to get that center piece. And the same, so anytime you're like trying to move this, let's see it's centered there. There we go, that's the center. And there we go. Alright, now we have it centered, and you can see how we're doing. Now, what about animations, Brent? Okay, not a problem. Now let's animate them. So I can click here. Each one, you can make it a different animation. Or you can do the whole animation of the page, and we'll do that too, so don't worry. But first, I want to animate the elements in this. So I'm going to select this star. I'm going to go to animate. And when you go to animate on the left-hand side, you're going to have these choices, right? So you can have none, you can have it breathe, right? And you can have the fade, and you can have the thumble. Right, so when I click this, you can have that move as well. You can have the stomp, and you can kind of see how it's doing, right? So the star, when we select the group part here, we can do the same. That's the A, how it's rising. There we go. And let's come back here to here we go. We can change that. And based on your internet, it will show you. And so this is how you're going to animate it. And now I'm going to select, here we go, I'm going to select this. I'm going to come to animate, and I'm going to do drift too. And so each one, and you can see how we're making those. Up, click too many times. Here we go, and we can come to animate. And we make this rise too. And now you see, right? Because it will come there, and there we go. And we'll come to animate for the star again. And you can see, there we go, make that star rise. Alright, and I'm going to change the color again for this one. And I want, just because, there we go. Alright. So this is how you're going to do that. Now if you want to put production, like how I was trying to show you earlier, we can come and put a heading. This is the text, and so we can say productions. And you can change the font too here. If you want to change the font, and then you can change the color to the same. And we can move that with this. And now you have your logo. Of course, now when you have the page, when you double click on the page when it highlights, you can come to animate the page. So you have that. And so that's going to animate the whole page. You see how cool that was? So I can select this with a breath. Alright. Now we have the logo, right? Pretty cool. Now that the logo is done, we have created that, and even you can still come back and do it, not a problem, don't worry. Alright, so now we've created our logo. Now I have this extra page I'm going to delete because we already kind of started from kind of got an idea from the template, right? So we already did that. So we created our own from the same. And so now you know how to exactly take with the letters, create from like just a little bit of elements and create them into one design. So you're not limited to what they just show you, right? If you just go to an element and you say like star, for example, maybe you need to spell it, but you want this to be like fancy, like how you see in ours. You need to create it. You need to have a creative mind a little bit. So you can do this. So you take them together, you know how to create one big element now. You know how to animate that element, and you know how to change the colors, right? And now you also know how to move and flip everything around, and you really bring to life an idea. So with the logos here with Canva, it's very easy, and you actually have a sense of, well, professionalism, right? So you have a lot to do, and this is just with like the elements. So you can also add audio to this. You can add the audio by clicking here, and this is like what you can choose what they have. Of course, when you come to like embed or videos, you can put your own, and you would actually find that down below as well. So when we're scrolling down, you can come to like you can add a YouTube video. You can click more, and you can do that, and you can actually embed from like your box, your pixels, right? Everything. You can even do Pixabay, which is really, really cool. And embeds, when you click this, you can paste a web link here, and you're going to be able to do that from Facebook, Pinterest, all of these. So it's really cool. You can add GIFs to it as well, and you can even add your own, well, your own media. And if you come to uploads, this is where you're going to be able to do that from. So you're going to be able to add your own uploads as well. If you made a video or a voiceover or whatever you want, right? So you can do that. Now that we've created the logo, you know a lot of information. Now, how to do that? So here you can see, because we chose that template, you can see that it has that generic name. Now, delete that name and be like, let's see, 1 second. Alright, now I can say Star Production, right? So I want to change the name. Let me make it short. Now we have that. Now this is the name that's going to be saved. So definitely do that. Go ahead and make that so, especially if you're creating a lot, you do want to be a little bit organized, right? You just don't want to have to continue scrolling for it. Man, what is that? Alright. So you have that. Now you can go to download and you can choose, because it is a animated feature here. It's going to show you as the suggested for the MP4, right? So you can do that. Now, you can also make it just a picture without the animation. And you can do that with PNG, which is going to be the high quality image, or the small file size, the JPEG, right? JPG. You can even print it off as a PDF. So you're going to choose. And once you do that, you'll just click download, and it will download for you. Now, if you want to download it again, you can do it from here. You can share the link here to Canva. You can present it. And you can present and record, especially if you're speaking, if you're giving that information. If you want to go ahead and share it to your Instagram business, your Facebook page, or your personal information, like right here, you can. Or you can even send that to a Google Drive as well. And you can print it. So you can print it as for business cards, and you'll just click here. Of course, Canva will ask you to pay for it, right? But you can do that, or you can print it, save it, and download it. And you can take it to someplace and have them put it on like A4 paper, or whichever you decide to use with it, right? Or you can just like save it again and upload it to your YouTube, or again, anything. So even if you want to put it on a t-shirt, you can save this design and download it and put it on a t-shirt. So anytime you're designing something, look at Canva as nothing's going to change here. Nothing is going to change when it comes to designing. So if you're designing a t-shirt, all of this is the same. Styles, nothing changes. The interface, right, doesn't change. So it's very easy, right? So if I'm like, okay, I need a business card. You design a business card. It's the same thing. Just how we did Start Productions, right? The logo. Now, if I decide to do a t-shirt, nothing changes. So you're going to be able to get used to it, especially when you're playing around. The biggest thing that Canva does change when you're picking on the when you're choosing the template. The template exactly is going to change the size of the design. So this box, right, the outline of that can change. And you can have multiple pages, for example, with certain designs, especially if it's like a front and a back. And you can change the page title to add page title. Right here, I can say front, right, and then the same back, sleeves, whatever, if you're designing the t-shirt, and you can have it printed off the same. So that's what's going to be big. So that's the only thing that changes. Even from business cards, especially if you have front and the back, or a postcard, for example, a front and the back, that's it. And even the size of how it would be printed if you print it. So that will change. That's it. That's the only thing that changes. So not a big deal. Alright guys, I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do subscribe, drop a comment below. Let us know how we can help you be more confident in yourself and being that graphic designer with Canva.com. Alright guys, I will catch you again soon. And hit that like button.